What's good, you guys? It's Lifestyle from LifeStyleDidIt.com, and in today's video we're going to be going over soft clipping on your kicks. I'm going to explain what it is, go into depth. It's not too hard to understand, but a lot of videos kind of just throw it on and tell you to put it on there. So I'm kind of going to explain what it does and why you're going to be using it to make your kicks punch a little harder. So first, let's get into what soft clipping is exactly. Well, normal clipping is the squaring off of an audio waveform that occurs when the signal level is what the device exceeds the device's capacity to accurately represent it, while soft clipping, on the other hand, rounds off the edges of the clipped waveform, making the sound easier to listen to and less damaging to the high frequency drivers. So basically what that means is that if you're normally clipping something, meaning that it exceeds, it goes into the red, the kick is just blasting into the red, it's just lopping off, it's squaring off things, it's literally making it a box, and that's why you get that nasty clipping noise. Whereas when you soft clip something through the plugin, it's actually rounding off the edges, so you can push it a little more and you're not going to hear the full artifacts of clipping. But if you push it too much, you will start to hear it, but it's literally a square versus something that's rounded. It's a nicer waveform, so it's going to be able to be pushed a little harder, and the sound effect of it clipping, because it still is clipping, aren't going to be as harsh as normal clipping. So let me put these headphones on, let's get straight into it. I got this kick right here, just play it real fast so you guys can hear it. All right, and the soft clipper is basically off because I don't have it playing I don't have anything affected on it. So what you see when you look at it is a threshold knob and a post knob. On this soft clipper, you just have these two knobs. Threshold is where the soft clipper is going to turn on and start affecting the audio. So right now it's not touching anything because we haven't even pulled it down to where the kick is peaking. And then post is the volume after you do your compression. So once we start to pull this down, it's going to start to clip it to add the soft clip compression to our kick. So this level that you see right here, once we start to apply it, it's going to lower down to about here or here, and then with the post we're going to turn it back up to where we have it. And then when you flip on and off, it's peaking at the same volume, but with the clipper on, it's going to be louder. And that's basically what we're doing. We're keeping it at the same level that it was without the clipper, but when we turn it on, we hear it louder. And that's what clipping does. So let's go ahead and start to mess with this. First, I'm going to pull up a dB meter so we could see. Actually, we'll just look over here. So you see we're about, let's just bring the kick to like an easier number, like -6, so we can see exactly. Alright, so we are at -5. Sorry, I'm blind. So you see we're at -5, and now we're going to take this threshold and we're going to start to pull it down to affect the kick. And now you see, look, now we're at -7. And if you want to super soft clip it, you could just pull this threshold all the way down, depending on how you like how it sounds. So you see if I turn it off, we're at -5. If I turn it on, we're down here about -7. So now let's take this post knob and bring it back to -6 where it originally was. -5, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying 6. So mess with this until we get it to 5. All right, there we go. So before, after. You see how it's at -5 still, but it's louder? We hear it louder. It's literally punching louder. Now we can take this threshold and go boom all the way down and adjust the post until we're at -5 again. All right, before, after. Now you see that our kick it's hitting harder, but it's still at the same volume. So when you're clipping something, you know, with the threshold, we're clipping it, we're lopping it off, we're soft clipping it, you know, adding compression to it, but we're still bringing it back to the same level it's at, so that it can be, you know, the same level you have it in your mix, but it's being perceived louder. So that's the pretty cool thing about soft clipping. Hard clipping's even better. It's just the same version of it, but it's a harder version of clipping, basically more compression, so it's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Soft clipping kind of wants your, you know, waveform and audio signal to sound the same. Hard clipping adds a little bit of artifacts to it because it's on the verge of the same thing of normal clipping, you know what I'm saying? It's just keeping it a little bit of a softer edging instead of squaring it off, but you do get louder sounds from it because it is adding artifacts to it, but it's not as obviously rough as if I took this and went like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different ball game. But yeah, basically you have your two knobs, you have your threshold, so start turning that down and then adjust your post to get it to be the same as where you have it when it's off, and you'll hear that we're hearing it louder, but it's the same volume. So that's basically how you could use a clipper. If you guys did like this video, hit the thumbs up, you know what I'm saying? You can follow me on all social medias at LifeStyleDidIt. Hit my website, LifeStyleDidIt.com, for everything else. Other than that, subscribe to your boy.